Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays. The whole gang is back, sans Cocco, but we're here with Gio, Gina, Cap, and JLP. So everyone's here. What's good?
What's up?
What's up?
This is
What's up? What's up?
crazy. This
I
is
know.
crazy. I can't believe that we're all back together. This is wild. And JLP, it seemed like every time I would come back, you
Mhm.
wouldn't be there. And then
I
when
know. I was about to take it personal.
no, it was never personal. And then you would come back and then I wouldn't be there. And I felt like we could never be at the same place at the same time. So
You know what they say? The prodigal son returns.
Mm-hmm.
see,
The
I
pro
came back.
the prodigal Mariah.
Yeah, I came back and I feel horrible, for being gone for so long, but life was life and there was a lot of crap going on and things are finally getting settling down and my bae just said to me not even 20 minutes ago, she was like, "You need to get a hobby." And I'm like, "I have one. I literally have one." Like, you know what? I'm gonna get back to my hobbies.
True.
Well, funny thing is, George asked me to do a pod back over a month ago on his show. Like,
Did I really?
yeah, you did
What when
after the World Cup, and then you're like, and then every time you just kept on
Oh yeah.
bailing.
You know what? You're right. It was right after Love Island season finale. You're 100% right.
He,
Right.
he was bailing so much. He should have did a bailing out loud podcast. Oh,
Right?
I deserve that. I deserve that. Right. There's no excuse for the bailing that I've done. And I am gonna try to be back on a regular basis. It's just been cray cray. And as the shows go on, I'll enlighten you guys on how crazy it's been. But it's been wild, y'all. It's been wild.
He
yeah.
always says he's going to try to be more consistent, and then here we are.
Yeah, well, I guess you won't be subscribing to Tiffany's OnlyFans anytime soon.
So I go away for like a few months, and now Tiffany's selling coochie pics. Like, what has happened in the world? Like, what did I miss? Because if I'm not mistaken, she had publicly said she would never do that.
Well,
Yeah,
well, like,
a year ago.
well, I'm curious. I'm curious if it's one of those situations where it's like suggestive, but it's not actually.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be soft porn, like
Yeah.
just like peekaboo pictures, but
Okay,
nothing.
but do you remember when Cara said that? Literally,
Hmm.
like
Exactly.
she was like, "You'll never see my nipples. It's nothing bad." And then we saw the videos, and hey,
Hmm.
hey, yo.
We saw eternity.
Yes, I you can't
Yeah.
unsee the things that she
Saw
did
the
to that.
black hole.
Oh, yep, we saw it
I
all.
never knew in this world that I would see the things of Kara that I have seen. So I don't know
Hmm.
if Tiffany is because you know what? Remember when I told you I was gonna start selling feet pics, and I was like, but you know what? You don't. It's a slippery slope to butthole pics. I was like, so
Hmm.
maybe Tiffany is like, oh, I'm just gonna do some really classy, fun stuff, and then next thing you know, her butthole's on the internet. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing is, they're getting paid because of their 90-day fiance resume. They got that on their resume. So OnlyFans is like, yeah, come because we're getting a lot of traffic over people looking for 90-day franchise
okay,
people.
so Captain, their preferred OnlyFans customers is what you're saying. They have like one of those loyalty cards.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have.
No, but yeah, no, I agree with George when he's saying like I think it's like the whole OnlyFans thing. It's like you get sucked in. So initially, maybe you're just like showing some like a wet t-shirt kind of situation. Then you showed nipple, and then a month down the road, you show like a butt cheek, and then like 3 months later, you show like some lippage,
I
and then
mean,
5 months later.
like Rebecca went full bush.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And
You
it's so
you
funny.
just go in phases. You just go in
It's
phases.
almost
Nah,
like
Rebecca went full bush.
you know how they taught us in school that there were gateway drugs, right? There were
Mhm.
Yeah.
it doesn't seem that bad, but it's a gateway drug. You start here, and then the next thing you know, you're a meth head. I think that OnlyFans is like that gateway drug. You start out, you have inhibitions. You're like, oh no, I'm just gonna do this. It's just extra money. I would never sell myself short. And then next thing you know, coochie pictures for $5.
Yeah, because these are folks that would not normally do stuff like that. I mean, when they came on the franchise for their first seasons and stuff, you would never imagine that they had it in them to do certain things. Like I would never have in a million years thought Kara would go that route. Seriously, I never thought she'd go that route.
I agree with you. I don't
She
know. Were
didn't
you
come
on the
across.
show? Were you on the show when I found out about this? Because I found out about it live.
Mm-hmm.
And Shabooty told me he captured my live reaction. And
No,
oh
she
my God.
wasn't.
Oh, you weren't
I
there.
wasn't on the show. I don't
I
think I
was
was.
Yeah.
genuinely
But
shocked.
I saw the aftermath and I was like, Jesus Christ. I could never picture, like, there's so many people that are doing OnlyFans right now from the franchise that you would never have guessed. Every time you go on Twitter, there's somebody else announcing that that they have OnlyFans or that they have, pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what gets into these people that they decide, you know what, I'm gonna go
See,
this route.
Captain, that's a question. That's a question I ask
That's
myself
what
all the time.
matters.
Because I watch the show, right? And I'm obsessed with the show. I've always been obsessed with the show. But I do wonder what type of viewer is it that when they're watching the show, instead of like getting into the
Right? They're like,
they're
damn,
like,
I would like
I
to
just
see Rebecca's furry bush, man.
right. Like what type of viewer is that? Because there are a handful of cast members where I'm like, I wouldn't mind seeing them naked. But like I could go through a whole episode and not say that, or a whole season and not
Yeah.
say that. So,
I think the fans are what pushes them over the edge because we start idolizing or, oh, he's so hot or she's so pretty. And we kind of give them that, super duper self-esteem push that
L-
they go over that road, over to that road.
But by the way, I think like the quick update on that leak, the Kara leak of with the let's just say with the large toy.
yeah.
I think that video, the leak video, I don't think it's up anymore on that site. The
I
No,
can't.
video.
it's
I
not.
was asking Gina about it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was like, Jesus Christ, because my husband watches the show like just passing through. Sometimes he'll pass by and something will catch his eye, and he'll be like, okay, before he leaves to work, and he'll watch 15 minutes and stuff. And then when I told him about it, I was like, yeah, she has a whole, this and this and that. And he's like, where? Show me, show me. And when I went to look him up, I was like, where's the fucking video?
That video is
Mhm.
pretty infamous because they discussed it on The Last Resort. So for everybody that doesn't listen to this podcast, everyone knew that her butthole was on the internet. So
she she wasn't lying when she told Thais it's about the size of her forearm.
oh no, she
Mhm.
wasn't lying. That thing was like the size of. I'm trying to think of what to compare it to, and there's
I
not.
mean, it's like a little leg on a baby, right? A little baby leg.
Well, maybe
It's
we're talking like a toddler. Like I
Yeah.
don't.
Oh, yeah. Or a toddler, maybe like a
Yeah,
2-year-old's leg.
it when I looked at it, because when the video started, I don't want to get graphic, but when the video started, it wasn't in anything. So I was looking and I was like, what is she gonna do with that? She can't possibly be putting that anywhere. It's too
I was in shock. I couldn't believe
me
my eyes.
too. I was
I
like,
Yeah.
well,
could
that's
not believe
stupid.
my eyes.
That's not gonna go there. They have that one show. I don't know what it's called, where it's people and then they try to fit through a hole, and if you can't fit through the hole, you'll fall in the water. I don't remember the name of that show, but it reminded me of that because I was looking at the item and I was like, that's not gonna go in there. That's
Mhm.
definitely not gonna go in there. There's no
Yeah, I can honestly say I watched just for research purposes because I was like, okay, if she puts that where I think she's gonna put it, we're gonna witness a suicide on live camera.
yeah. Yeah.
um
Yeah, like
Captain,
her.
I might have found another link though.
You do your
Uh,
thing, Gina, because those videos have to be infamous.
Well,
'Cause
and I
I
think
think
that
it's I think it's a still image though, but that's okay. You get the idea.
well, for research purposes only, Gina, you also have to tell us what's going on Tiffany's OnlyFans too, just for research purposes.
Yeah,
We need to know, right? We need to know.
I can envision it not being as raunchy. I think she might be a little bit
for
respectful
now.
towards her
For
son,
now.
It's a
towards her
gateway,
For
son or her mom.
now.
it's a
But
gateway drug, Captain. It's a gateway
yeah,
drug.
she's probably
yeah.
like very provocative photos. But if somebody come back and tell me that Tiffany got Cara, she went all Cara on her OnlyFans, I'm gonna lose
Mhm.
my shit.
Well,
Well, if it happens, you'll hear here first.
yo, yeah, I was gonna say if anybody's gonna know what's going on, it's gonna be this podcast because we literally Shabooty literally broke that, and I watched the video live. Like y'all heard my reaction to watching it while we were recording. You don't get that type of podcasting anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
I
like the reality gays aren't gonna go insane for Kara.
no, exactly. They don't.
No,
She doesn't have
we
what.
do, we do our thing over here. We do our thing.
No, we always do that live on the air. Remember when we figured out that Darcy's daughter had an OF? That was live
Yeah.
Oh
on the air too.
yeah,
That was
that's
literally
another one. That's another one that left me. I could not believe it because I mean, she seemed like the most sensible one out of all the kids.
yeah. She
And
was
then we found out she's a squirter.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It was also very terrifying too because we literally watched them grow up, so
yeah, that was what made it
it felt
worse.
wrong. I was like, this
Yeah.
is not right. I don't feel right about
Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable. I was like, nah, I saw that. I met that child when she was like 10 or something like that, or 11.
hmm
She came on
Well,
the show. I'm like,
it was more uncomfortable for George because he knows like
yeah, he
Darcy
knows them
personally.
Ooh, I was
personally.
like, this is so weird. And then afterward, I got literally contacted by her and her mom. Like
Oh, yeah.
it was
They were
Yeah,
like,
no, and then we had
please.
to negotiate with terrorists and shit.
She was like, please, Uncle George, make him take it down.
yeah, that's literally how the conversation went. And that made it even more weird for me. I was like, this is like the weirdest situation.
We were like, oh, sorry, but you didn't read the fine print. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah,
exactly.
and then of course she like well she I guess she took it down, but then like a few months later she put her page back up. So
You
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
to
I
hell
guess
with it. Everybody already knows.
I mean, once people know, it's kind of stupid to take it down because that just means your subscriber count is gonna go up. So
hmm
once everybody, I guess she was embarrassed because I know her mom and her aunt found out as well as her grandfather, and I don't know what that's like, y'all, for somebody in your family to find out that their whole family has seen them squirt. I don't know what that's like. I'm assuming it's not pleasant.
It can't. I mean, I come from a big family, but it can't be cool. I mean, I remember when we found out my niece, my brother's daughter, was doing full blown porn on the internet, and we were like, you know what? What made it worse is that my brother's a pastor.
mm
What? So wait, this was going around the church?
No, she never went into the church.
No, I mean, but this
No,
is what people
she
were
wasn't in
talking
the
about.
church, but nobody from his church knew her because she lived in Ohio. My brother was living in Florida,
Oh, okay.
but the family, because we found out, and it was the sickest way we found out. Real quick, my daughter's boyfriend at the time, he used to watch a lot of porn, and one day he was watching something, and he told my daughter. He's like, I was watching this video, it was getting good. He said, but then I couldn't really get it up because he's like, the girl in the video, she looked just like your mom. And it was scary. It was scary how much she looked like your mom. So my daughter's like, well, let me see. When my daughter saw it, she's like, oh my God, that's my cousin. and she was
What?
using she was using her government name.
Oh no, are you serious?
So my daughter calls me. She says, Mom, you gotta see this porn video. When I saw it, I was like, no way. So I said, you know what, let's just keep it to ourselves. We don't
So
want.
can I ask? So what was Thanksgiving like that year?
So let me tell you. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna tell nobody. So then of course I told one of my brothers,
Oh,
and he
Lord.
was, yeah, and I was like, you know what, this and that. He's like, well, I gotta see because one of my brothers is gay. So I told my gay brother. He's like, well, I gotta see to make sure because that's blasphemy. So he
hmm
saw the video. He's like, oh my God. So he's now it's three people. So he's like, it would be terrible if my other brother found out that he's always going, back and forth with the pastor. It'd be terrible if he found out because he'll rub it in his face. So we're like, please don't tell him. Please don't tell him. And
hmm
of course, my brother being gay and everything like that, he can really hold his tongue because they like to be messy sometimes.
Yes, they do. They do.
And he told my brother, and my brother called him. He was like, "Yo, I know you're a Christian and everything. You're a pastor. You turned your life to Jesus, but you really need to know that your daughter's online doing porn, dressed as a nun."
What?
dressed as a nun.
Oh, though you know what that reminds me of? There's that one porn chick, like, what's her name? Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, Mia Khalifa that does
And
the hijab.
yeah, they had her dress up in a hijab or some shit.
Yeah,
That's
with a nun. She did the nun one and she did the hijab one.
oh my God.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want that evil on my phone. And I deleted it. But I don't want that evil on my phone. I
Yeah,
deleted
I
it.
want it to be kind of sexy, but I don't want to go to hell.
So yeah, so
I draw the line.
now that we know that the cat is out the bag, he's never once mentioned it to anybody, to any of us or anything. It's like the pink elephant in the room.
Hmm.
And then his daughter just
Okay,
came
so
down this past week to visit him with the grandson. And she said he said he spoke to her, finally broke the silence, that he spoke to her about it. And she told him that she's not doing that anymore, that it was just, her friends convinced her to do it and for the money, and she wanted to get breast implants, and that was her excuse for it. But he said, the internet is forever. She's like, yeah, I don't care.
oh yeah, it lives there forever. And I think what's scarier for me, like thinking about it, because I have a daughter, right? Like if
Yeah.
you did that,
That's
like
my worst nightmare because
I know, like
I'm a porn connoisseur, so
Hmm.
can you
I like
imagine? You imagine you're
I
just
would die, I would
surfing.
drop dead,
Just imagine you're surfing the internet,
and there she is in
and
all her
boom.
glory.
Like I can't even imagine. I would literally just have a stroke. Like
I'm
Hmm.
gonna get the website and I'm gonna send you guys the website so you can see.
Oh,
I
Lord.
mean, it's not weird for us. It's just
No, it's not
weird.
weird for me. It's not weird for me either because I mean, she's an adult. She do whatever she wants. I mean,
Well,
she didn't consult it with me.
she's not our cousin.
She's
She's
not my
Hmm.
yeah, she's my niece, but what am I gonna do? I can't tell her what to do. That was her mother, her father's problem.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Should we get into like
Yeah,
topics and stuff?
let's get into some
Because
topics.
we'll be here till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Um, okay, and then like, well, one of the topics was, well, I was gonna go from oldest to newest, and one of the topics was gonna be like the Tice and Patrick thing, but then I have like a breaking update from like, well, Tice actually DM'd me and TMZ just posted. So let me just read you the TMZ story. Well, the backstory was there was a story where like Patrick did a filing where allegedly that Tice had like an affair, right? Well, the latest news from TMZ as of like a couple of hours, I guess an hour ago, whenever this is posted tonight, it says 90 Day Fiance star Tice is firing back at estranged husband Patrick. Patrick's recent court claims with her lawyer saying a motion containing inaccurate allegations about alleged marital misconduct is now being pulled. Thais' attorney, Carmen Marisol, tells TMZ a motion filed earlier this week contained inaccurate factual allegations concerning alleged marital misconduct and says Patrick's counsel has acknowledged those statements, quote, were included in error. She says both sides agreed the motion will be stricken. The development comes at one day after TMZ reported Patrick claimed in court docs he discovered Tice was having an affair around April 2026 and alleged she later demanded he leave their marital home. So anyway, Tice's attorney says the former couple appeared in court Friday and mutually agreed to participate in family mediation center services in hopes of resolving their custody dispute amicably. So anyway, long story long, it seems that filing from Patrick that said she had an affair is being stricken and it was included in error. So
How do
that's the latest
you
news.
how do you accidentally tell the judge that your wife was banging somebody else or vice versa? Like that's pretty intentional to say if it's not true. Like I'm very confused.
Mhm. Yeah, obviously he's trying to hurt her reputation. So I don't know how it happens other than it was done on purpose to fuck with her, but it seems like it's being stricken.
I mean, I don't know why this is, but like if someone like is hot, I think that I look past it because like if she did have an affair, I'm like, I mean, yeah, if I was a hot chick, I'd have an affair too. Like why not? I'm super hot. I'm gonna bang everybody. Like I don't know why it's like not bothering me for some reason.
Well, because you're not the husband, but yeah, otherwise.
Well, this is yeah, you're right. If my wifey was banging some dude, I would be pissed. But since I guess this is kind of like Captain situation.
you,
That's not
yeah.
my
Yeah,
niece.
but
That's not my niece.
yeah, but you know what the problem with Patrick is that with a lot of these people on the show is they forget how they met these people. And then they
Mhm.
act surprised that they're doing exactly what they were doing when they met you. Because he met Thais on a dating app in Brazil, a Brazilian dating app. So now you're acting surprised that she was doing the same thing she was doing when she met you. But
Yeah.
you go on there and you want to punch above your weight class with these women, and then
Yeah.
you find out
Like
that they are exactly who they said they are.
Mm.
well, I mean, actually, I don't know how many details you want to go into George, but like it must be weird where your chick is like people know her or whatever, and then so it's like you have to deal with like a male fan could talk to her, and then you stuff like it's like weird because it's like is somebody hitting on her or is somebody a fan of her? Or is like kind of confusing.
Well, you know what? This happens a lot actually when we go out in public, like almost all the time. And a lot of times, like, okay, so for instance, we were out a couple weeks ago and we were out to eat and we were going to this like downtown area and we were just chilling, walking around, having drinks, and we went to eat. And we're at this like outdoor flea market area and this dude walks up and he just like puts his hand on my girl's shoulder and is like, "Hey, I know you're with your family, but we're like huge fans." And I didn't see his wife like initially. She was like on the other side of the flea market, so it just kind of looked like this dude put his arm on my girl's shoulder. So I'm like in like I'm gonna punch the shit out of you mode, right? So like I'm just like, "Hey, bro, don't be handsy or whatever." But then like after she agrees to take the picture with them, his wife and their kids, everybody comes up. So then I was like, oh, good thing I didn't like punch this dude because it wasn't even that type of party. But it's totally weird though, because I think the weirdest thing for me is I'm not a jealous dude because I know that I'm pretty and I know that I have nothing to worry about in that department. But for some reason, it's like this male instinct where when
Mhm.
you think another guy is like trying to hit on your girl, you like turn into this some fucking animal. Because I was like, I really was like clenching my fist, like I'm gonna punch
Yeah.
this dude, and he's
You,
literally there with his family. It
what?
wasn't at
Mhm.
that party.
Well, like what like drives me to the edge is like it's one thing if it's just like a random dude that she doesn't know, but like pisses me the fuck off, and I feel like real disrespected is like it's like where she knows a dude from like 5 or 10 years, like from 5 years ago or 10 years ago or some shit, and she like you're out with your girl, and she like runs into some dude she knew from like 5 years ago, let's say, and they have this like really long conversation. And you're just standing there like the asshole, and you're the boyfriend, and I was like, okay, I know you, I understand you know this guy from like 5 years ago, but like you're literally having like a super long conversation. I'm a lump on the log over here. That shit makes me. I feel like that's real
Well, that
disrespectful.
that that's easily avoided. Like if you were with your girl and you walk up and you bump into an old friend or whatever, the first thing you say, "Oh, this is my girlfriend," or "This is my wife," so that they know. Keep it short and keep it moving. They don't stand there and start,
Yeah, but I'm saying
talking your
not.
ear off
That's
about shit you did when you were 10 years old.
I
Yeah,
mean,
your girl should like introduce you, but like a lot of times they get all excited that they're running to old friend, then they don't even like acknowledge you, and you're just an asshole standing there.
well, see, I guess I'm lucky though, because like my girl, whenever this happens, because this does happen a lot, we live in the area where she is from, where she grew up. So she knows everybody, right? So this does happen a lot. Like guys approach her and they went to high school together, or she dated them a long ass time ago. But my girl's super cool with like, as soon as they walk up or whatever, she like grabs my hand and she's like, "This is my honey, this is my guy." Or she like, so I'm
Hmm.
very comfortable in those situations because they know who I am, and she includes me in the
Yeah.
conversation. I think that it's about how your girl or your guy introduces and acknowledges you in that situation, because I feel like that situation could be very fucked up if they're like don't even say anything about you and
Yeah,
they,
or the
Hmm.
person come up to you and be like, "Yo, what happened last week? I was waiting for you and you didn't show up."
right, so I'm very lucky I have a good one, but if it did go that way, and it's funny because it's awakened these weird jealous things in me that I've never had.
No, don't
Hmm.
ever let jealousy be a factor in your relationship.
I don't know. It's not me at all, and I don't.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
ever
like
do
it.
that. That's the
True.
worst feeling you can
And it's so weird because
feel.
I have zero reason to be jealous. She literally.
Exactly.
It's.
We've seen your size 13s. I
Jeez.
True.
mean, if she cheated on you with a size 13, there's something wrong there with her.
I
uh, spe-
mean,
Speaking of size 13, I'm switching topics, but like Rick posted that he's at his 5 month mark with his chick. I guess her name is like Maris, where she posted.
Oh yeah, that guy.
This is Rick. This is about Rick the
I
Ick.
gotta do mental memories checks to try to keep up with all the old people, new
Oh,
people.
it's
Yeah,
no
Rick,
you.
Rick. You
You
gotta call them by
remember,
their monikers.
yeah, you remember him, Icky Ricky. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So let me read her message on Instagram. It says like 5 months of loving you, choosing you, growing with you, and creating memories together. Every day I fall a little deeper in love with you. I'm grateful for us, for our journey, and for everything we're building together. Here's to many more months and years with the man I love. Happy 5 months, baby. Forever sounds good with you, heart. And then like normally I like would snark in the captions and shit. But I said Rick is celebrating 5 months. Are you happy for him? Question mark. And then I let like my commenters all trash him instead of me doing it.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
sometimes it's better to let other people do your dirty work. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So I
And
do have a question though. Where's she from? Because I know he's like a sex tourist. So where did
I
he?
think like I'm pretty sure from when she first popped up, it was like Mexico.
Okay,
oh,
so he's still touring for sex. Gotcha, gotcha.
Allegedly, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
I can't prove it, but that dick's been in a lot of foreign girls. So I'm just gonna say it
mm.
is what it is.
Okay. And then okay, so do you want me to read you some of the comments section
Well,
on
yeah,
this?
let's see what people really thought.
Okay, it says I'm just reading from top to bottom. It says unless she wants kids, or sorry, until she wants kids. This says ew. Who's gonna tell her? This one says I didn't even post my happy 5 months in high school. This is a Forrest Gump running it GIF. This is I will never be happy for Rick ever. Vomit emoji. Girl, blink if you're being held against your will. And will later come out he's been cheating for 5 months. Puke whenever I just puke whenever I see him. Which third? This is from JLP. Which third world country is this new victim from?
My God, that's what I wanted to know.
And then she looks like a hostage, and that's about it.
yeah. She
Well,
was like, she's just doing it for the clout. Like, get at it,
well,
do
if
whatever.
that's the cloud, there ain't none.
No,
Ain't
the clout
nobody.
of the green card situation, hoping he can get her out of there, wherever she's from.
He ain't got no money. He ain't got no like somebody needs
Mhm.
to tell her. I love that one comment. They're like, who's gonna tell her? That's the best
Yeah,
comment.
Yeah.
maybe she's thinking she's gonna get on 90 Day with him.
Oh, he's not
Well,
back. Nah, that won't happen.
I mean, we've seen stranger things on 90 Day, George. We've seen people
Well,
that we
Mhm.
never expected to see coming back. They even making shows to bring back old people.
no, you're right, Captain. You're right. There used to be some actual pride in this series, and now they're so
Yeah, they're creating spin-offs just so they can dig up the dead and throw them back on our screen.
yeah, because
Mhm.
they're so scared that it's gonna get canceled because it's heading into its 12th year. They're just terrified, so they're literally grasping for straw.
Just doing anything.
Yeah,
They
anything
just doing
goes.
anything.
Anything goes at this point. And we knew that. We knew that the integrity of the show went down the drain. So, maybe
I
we
mean, a lot of them are starting to panic too because Pillow Talk is off the air, and that was
Mhm.
usually the best spot to secure. You secured a spot on Pillow Talk, and you just had to sit there, and that's it.
Secure the
yeah,
bag, yeah, for
Yeah, you
easy
secured the
money.
bag. Hell yeah,
yeah.
you just sat
You
there, and that was it.
remained it kept relevance and money in your
Mhm.
pocket. It was two birds, one stone. So now,
I mean, it made Emily Emily gave birth to a football team just off Pillow Talk alone.
yeah, who's
Exactly.
gonna take care of them kids now?
Well, I mean, they made enough money off Pillow Talk to have at least a little nest egg where they can live off of
Mhm.
Kobe's job and her parents for a while
Well, they could always move back
and
in.
pay their mortgage. No, they got a mortgage now.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say they could always move back into their parents' basement where they live for most of their relationship anyway.
Yeah, well, most of them kids were made in the parents' house basement anyway.
Mhm.
All right. I'm switching topics. This is more of just like an Instagram reference, but so I did a funny kind of like face swap where they'd announced last Friday or Saturday the like new cast for the new X-Men movie, and then I swapped the head in the middle of like whoever's supposed to play like Professor X, and I put in Mido's head on him, and I said, wait a minute, that mutant in the middle looks familiar. I don't know if you saw my little swap, but it was a pretty funny photo if you're an X-Men fan. Did any of y'all see that?
I'll have to check that out.
I
Yeah,
I'll
mean,
have to check it out too. I haven't had
check my
time.
Instagram. It's subtle, but it's funny because like I put in Mido's head, and then everyone was freaking out. They're like, "Oh my God, is he going to be in the new X-Men movie?" And I'm like, "He wishes." But anyway, uh,
oh, that's funny. He's the movie star that was also a tour guide.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking now.
Okay, go back like 6 or 7 days. Um,
Post it on the chat so I can see it. I can't. I'm not gonna switch over to Insta right now because then I'll lose the
sure.
call or some shit.
And then I
Yeah,
was doing some, and then like what's his name? Courtney's guy Phil. I was doing a bunch of like
Oh
uh,
yeah.
I was doing a bunch of like memes of him and stuff like never skip leg day and him as like Captain
Yeah, Captain
Morgan.
Morgan.
And he was like he shared a couple of them. So he seems to have a good sense of humor, Phil. So shout out to Phil for laughing at the memes and not being upset like a lot of asshole cast members. All right, next topic.
I like that guy. He's funny.
Should I mention a quick Love Island thing?
I
Wait,
don't
what
watch
happened
that.
on Love Island?
Huh?
What happened on Love Island?
Oh, it's just the news was like Corbin and Parmita broke up.
Oh,
Um,
I mean, I don't really feel like they were really in a relationship. They were just in like a mutual cloud agreement, is what I call
yeah.
it. So and I don't think Corbin is like emotionally or intelligently able to be in a relationship because I don't think that he has the intelligence of anything more than like maybe a peanut or a seed.
Hmm.
So I don't think he's capable of showing or showcasing emotion because he's just too simple for that.
Yeah, the Corbin GPT update for human emotion hasn't been added yet.
Yeah, they haven't done that update yet, so yeah. And I
Yeah,
wasn't a big fan of Parmita. I thought that people thought she was hot, and I just thought she was okay. You know, like I didn't get it.
yeah. I'm losing interest in her. But real quick, just as far as the post, it says this is an eyewitness. It says, in case you needed confirmation, Corbin and Parmita have broken up. I saw them outside the fair. I think it was like the OC fair. And the difference was obvious. They barely spoke while Casey and TT were all lovey-dovey. Parmita said bye, got in her car, and drove off, leaving Corbin with the others. So anyway, yeah, you could tell they're broken up because they're not really hanging out anymore. Uh, all right, let's keep it moving. Next topic. There was a photo of like Sarper and Tyree filming for the Single Life at the Urban Putt San Jose in California about a week ago. Um, and then I guess here's my caption for the photos on my Instagram, but you could see Tyree and Sarper. But my caption says, "This tea is accurate. Tyree and Sarper will be back on our screens next season on the Single Life." And I said, and then the one thing I noticed though, because this is from Reddit, I said, however, it's interesting and worth noting that the username Galaxy L7 was also the source of the video showing Rob and Josh filming the Single Life in Florida. So they might be planting this tea, which is accurate and backed by photos and video to drum up interest in the upcoming season. Also of note, and this is an older news, but Sharp Entertainment's cameras were filming Sarper's benefit gig for Jenny and ALS in New York City a few weeks ago or a month ago. So expect that footage to appear on the next season as well. So that was my post.
Yeah, on that I saw that video of Sarper over in, I think it was New York. Did you say doing a
Hmm.
show for Jenny? He said there was like 500 people. Well, how many people is it? It says 250 or 500. Some real crazy number. I was like, really? That many people showed up?
It might have been like two shows of like
No,
200
It
each.
was two shows. It was two shows.
yeah, but he oh, in that one day, in that one video, because he's like, oh, look at all these people here. 250 people showed up or something like that.
They also recorded it there too for the
Mhm.
show.
Yeah, Cap
Yeah.
250 is not that many people. Like for a comedy club, I think a comedy club can hold like
I don't. I mean, it depends who's gonna be on stage, George.
I mean, I used to go to comedy clubs just because, like, when I lived in Cleveland, downtown, they had a really good comedy club. And sometimes there would be people that I didn't know. I would still go just to drink and have fun. And there
Yeah.
would still be a decent amount, like
I
200.
mean that's good and all, but Sarper really he really bouncing around the franchise
I,
from
Mhm.
the last resort. He spun all the way to Single Life so quickly.
Apparently, yeah. Well, see, the Sharp doesn't want to get rid of him.
He must have. He must. The minute they got back from filming The Last Resort, he
I
must have filed the papers for the divorce.
My thought is he's banging a producer hard. That's just my thought. There's no truth to it. I have no proof, but there's a chick who's getting banged really hard by Sarper. That's
And
just
a chick that's getting banged by him in the missionary position because he says he can't come otherwise.
yeah, that's the only way that he can, which is the weirdest thing I've ever.
Out of 2,500 women, he can only bust it in missionary.
That is the craziest thing.
That right? Isn't that something crazy?
I feel like if I told my girl that, she would immediately dump me. Like, who would even deal with that at that point? Like, what? Who wants to do that?
I'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa. We can end it. We can end the evening like that, but we're not gonna stay like that the whole time.
No, like I've never heard anything more ludicrous in my life.
We can wrap it up. That could be like the end, the chapter that the last episode. But this is not
maybe
gonna go
that's
like
what
that.
he told her. Maybe
He
that's
said
what
it on the show.
I know that, but we don't know that for a fact.
I mean, he looks like a boring fuck anyway. Like all that shit he talks about.
A starfish?
Yeah, all that shit he talks about. You know, when people toot their own horn, there's really nothing behind that. Oh, I've done it with 2,500 women, and I've done this, and I've done that. I mean,
you could be onto something. He could have been like a 40-year-old virgin, and then that's just the story.
Well, yeah, because remember he showed pictures of how he looked before that.
Yeah, he was kind of
chubby and
thicker when he was like younger.
Yeah, he was kind of chubby and not really.
Actually, he was a incel, I believe, where that's where you're a virgin because not by choice, but because you can't get a woman to touch you. And I think that's why he's such a whore now, or became such a whore, because he spent so many years being an incel.
I mean, I think he's funny and everything, but I don't know. I think he'd be more attractive without the contact lenses.
Just the contact lenses? You mean
without those contact lenses?
Not the super scary doctored face. Can you imagine, Captain? Let me paint a picture. In your bed, you're laying in your bed at 3 a.m. and you turn on the lamp and Sarper standing over you. Would you fucking scream? Yes, that is a scary face. That is not natural. That is not natural at all.
I hit him with a pillow.
I'm just being real. Like, you turn on the light and
but then she's even worse because she let him. I mean, she got to be salty. You could tell by her Instagram post that she's really salty about the breakup because you let this man redesign your whole entire face just for him to leave you.
Just for him to leave you. Not only did he redesign her face, but he only fucked her in missionary.
And fuck you, missionary.
It just to get a green card, leave you, and then become more successful than you in your own country.
He fucked her whole shit up. That is why she is on that Instagram every day going mile a minute.
You know, she's starting to sell like racy photos too, I guess.
I mean, there's no other. That's it.
She is Shekinah?
But I think she's just doing it like, on your Instagram subscriptions like that. She's doing like
provocative. We call those provocative.
Oh, I don't think Instagram allows you to sell your coochie, right? I think
no. Cool. I don't think she's showing coochie, but on her like subscription Instagram, she's just gonna show like tasteful like lingerie type shit.
Yeah, but
that's where it starts. That's where
she's gonna be doing other stuff
by Christmas we will all have seen Shekinah's butt.
She
I give it a month.
Thanksgiving.
She's no stranger to plastic, so this is gonna be in her soon.
Yeah, she's gonna be selling turkey real quick.
Yeah.
That's it. She fucked up her franchise bag. And there's no coming back from that. Well, you got to find something else to do.
She did the Libyan Andre that she attacked the franchise,
perfectly attacked the franchise, and thought that they were gonna back you in some way. And they're like, you know what?
Yeah,
we're gonna give you this rope and see if you could hang yourself with it. We're not gonna fire you. We're just gonna give you the rope. You seem very capable of doing the rest, and that's exactly what she did. That is exactly what she did.
Are you ready for a new topic?
Yeah, let's change it up.
Okay, so this is a reference to Sunday's show where because Shay has like a bunch of daughters, and there's like Allison is Shay's daughter. Then we got introduced to Madison is Shay's other daughter, and I was all surprised. I was like, wow, she seems really sweet. And I said Shay's daughter Madison is way cooler and sweeter than that maniac Allison. And I said, wow, what a breath of fresh air. Finally, an offspring that isn't a flying C word. But then it came out, news was like this sweet girl,
Yeah,
Madison, that she has like mugshots where
she got mugshots. Yep.
she got arrested for fighting. Um, but then there's a sarcasm article about it. But then she responded to the article where she got arrested in the past. So this is the first time I'm reading this. But Madison, the daughter, Shay's daughter, responded and says, "Hello, said daughter here. Maybe we shouldn't speak on things we don't know about. Yes, I went to jail. Everyone makes mistakes. I went to jail for a fight over my child. So, quote, serious charges is a little insane. I was young and dumb and learned from my mistakes. I did not sit in jail and paid my own bond. If you have anything to say, you may come to me directly. No need to blast people on social media for one mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. And about my child, I will take it there every time. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed day." So that Madison clapped back.
I mean, these people fail to understand that once you or your family member is on our screen, it's fair game. It's fair game. They will root through all of your trash and bear it.
Yeah,
So
true.
you can't, if you don't want your shit to be known, stay off TV.
I
Yeah.
mean, our president has a mugshot, right? Like, I think having a mugshot's not as serious as people make it out to be these days. You know,
Yeah, but people, you know how reality TV world works, George.
they're moral police.
They want to, yeah, you got to have,
You gotta be a squeaky clean Christian or some sort of.
no, because we ourselves we live off the hot tea. So anything that seems like a hot cup of tea, we got to brew it and drink it, serve it to everybody. So when we find a mugshot, that's hot tea.
I
You know?
mean, yeah, this is true.
Yeah. So that's what happens. You go on reality TV, and your past, and everybody around you in your inner circle gets thrown under the bus.
Yeah, because a bunch of 50-year-old bloggers ain't got nothing better to do and shit. So
Yeah.
anyway,
That is true. If every old haggy blogger could just get a man to touch them sexually, we would have so much less tea to talk about.
true. So let's move on. Then I did a tweet about Mido, where I guess Mido met Debbie's daughter on last Sunday's episode. And then it was kind of weird. He's like, we can enjoy together. And also, and then there's a debate of if Mido is a hair system or not, or like a hair piece. So then I tweeted, I said, Mido, that's a hair system, right? And then he said, and I said, and we quote, can enjoy your mom together sounds kind of wrong. So that was my little tweet about it. So first of all, do you think he has a hairpiece?
I don't mean,
But I thought he already met the daughter because didn't she go to Egypt? Like, didn't Debbie and the daughter go to Egypt together?
Well, did I say daughter? Because he met the son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He met the
Yeah.
son. Son's pretty
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah. Apparently, the women in the 90 Day fan base were all about the son.
oh no,
Mhm.
we have a new Jamal. Is that what's
Well,
happening?
white Jamal, but yeah.
Oh, there's a white Jamal. I mean, Jamal's kind of white. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I guess there's a new Jamal. So, ladies, watch what you do because you can create a monster. You know, watch what you do here.
Yeah, there's gonna be a new 90 Day Bad Boys with Debbie's son.
Well, actually, now that Jamal left the 90 Bad Boys, there's a opening.
Hmm.
So this might actually be the replacement for Jamal. There might be a white Jamal in the 90 Day Bad Boys coming
Well,
soon.
don't give Josh any ideas because he'll actually like execute on
Recruit.
it.
You know, Josh is already trying to get that back on the road and do some more meet and greets in Vegas. You know, Josh is already on it.
Hmm. True. And then okay, next topic was the Racet thing. Hold on, let me see. So let me say first, let me start with allegedly. But it was one of those controversies where I had read about, but I didn't actually post about it just because I wasn't that interested in this season, but I finally got around to it. So let me say allegedly, but the controversy was there's a photo earlier in the season where Racet, the Turkish guy, he was like, I don't know if it was like family members or something, but they all had like these devil horn signs up, like hand signs, hand symbols. So anyway, like if you look it up, those like devil horn signs in the Turkish world, it says the symbol is strongly associated with the Grey Wolves, a far-right Turkish ultra-nationalist movement with a history of violence and hostility towards Kurds, Armenians, and other minorities. It is therefore often regarded as an extremist or racist symbol and is banned in Austria. So there's a photo with all these people with the devil horn looking symbols. And I posted about it. So then here's my caption. It says, first of all, allegedly. Second of all, I've been so disinterested in the season that I haven't reported on this until now. But there are a lot of signs that Rasset could be Beer Can 2.0, anti-Kurd and extremist Turkish hand gestures aside. He allegedly said some racist things to a 90-day content creator. So there's a YouTuber there's a YouTuber named like Julian, I guess. And like I heard, let me say allegedly, because I don't know if this is true, and I didn't want to put this out on Instagram because it's like racially offensive, but on the podcast, like you could speak more freely. But again, this is not me talking. This is allegedly what Rassett said about the content creator Julian. So allegedly, he said like go back to the jungle or some shit to Julian. Yeah, so he seems like allegedly could be a little racist if that actually happened. Which is fucked up. I didn't want to put that on Instagram because that's like a fucked up thing to even write. Um, anyway, so he said that, and then also let me see what else. Yeah. So anyway, like TLC, apparently TLC allegedly edited out that scene, that picture of them all holding up the horn, the hand symbols. So it seems like, anyway, like what I was gonna say, TLC edited out this image of the shows on the video on demand version, so it's not in our imagination. And I said he must feel right at home in Alabama. And then I also heard he's like a gooner, so he's like a freaked out gooner, so he's kind of like pervy too, allegedly. So that's all the Rasset tea in one post.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of thought he was okay at first. I kind of liked him, but now I don't know. I mean, he
Yeah.
is like what I think he's in Alabama,
Hmm.
and I'm not trying to like be ignorant, but there are parts of Alabama where they don't feel kindly for certain types of people. So maybe it's just rubbing off on him. I don't know. Or maybe it was already there. I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. Either way, I finally had to post something about it. So that's the alleged veracity. But it seems like all the women like find him all attractive. So they're all like, "Oh, he's so hot," or like, he don't call him Beer Can 2.0. I'm all like, "You don't know half the story." So I was getting annoyed. But that was the veracity.
Well, one thing I learned about women is they look past a lot of things if they think a man is hot. Like,
Hmm.
and ladies, y'all gotta do better. If the guy murdered somebody or if he been slapping women around, like hot or not, that's not okay. Like, stop thinking with your coochies. Think with your brain, ladies.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck what he said. If he said something fucked up, like they're like on his side. But anyway,
We all like
um,
projects. We like fixer-uppers, and a lot of
Yeah,
us like
I've noticed that.
fixer-uppers.
Y'all be fixing up men like their old cars that you found at the junkyard. Y'all got to get you a man that's already fresh, ready to drive off the lot. That's what y'all should work on.
mhm. True. Okay, let me see. Next topic. I did some more Mallory that looks like who's that actor that Mallory looks like? The late Louis Anderson. I did more Mallory Louis Anderson memes. Check
Wait,
that out.
is Louis Anderson dead?
Yeah,
Holy crap, I didn't know that. That sucks. I liked him. He's a good actor.
true.
But she does look like him. I saw the photo and I agree.
Yeah. I bet she's annoyed at that meme. And then I posted a picture of Mido. Now we're calling him My Doll, the medicine or something. I said, here's My Doll without his alleged hairpiece. But I think this is an old photo of Mido. So anyway, I posted that photo. Check that out on my Instagram. But
I mean, it could be a hairpiece. I
mhm,
don't have enough information to make an educated guess, but I've looked at different photos and it could go either way for me. But guys, I have to tell y'all, when I was younger, I didn't realize that a lot of women wore wigs. So
mhm.
I was like in my teens when I was around a bunch of women and they started taking their wigs off. And I was really shocked. So I'm not the person that you want to ask to like figure out if someone's not using their real hair because it took me a long time to figure that out.
Oh, by the way, did we lose JLP? Did she go to bed or
Yeah,
something?
we did. I just messaged her. I'm like, "Where'd you go?" But I sent her the Kara videos, so
Uh-huh.
she might have went to go see that instead.
Well,
She's like, fuck a podcast. I need to watch Cara ride a
well, she
steed.
has to come back though. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, she's not Coco. She's not allowed to do an Irish
You
goodbye.
can't just dip out. You have to say something like, come on,
Mm.
come on.
Well, maybe there was even like maybe a power outage or something like that where she lost the internet. So maybe she can't come on. But I messaged her to see where she was at. I'm like, where'd you go?
Did she,
Okay, let's keep it moving. Um, anyway, I posted a meme but with like Josh and Katie where it's from that scene a couple weeks ago where he's like, the world is on fire, human rights are being taken away. I don't feel safe without citizenship. And then there's a picture of Katie. It's like a meme where it's like her shoving meat in her mouth where it says, I want to make out with other people. Um, and my caption says, one person is concerned about ICE and the other person is worried about swapping spits with new people. So yeah, everyone pretty much hates Katie.
I mean,
Oh, JLP's back, by the way. Hold
oh,
on.
she's back. See, I think she's funny, but like if I was in the shoes of the guy that she's with, I get it. It's like my girl cannot be making out with everyone.
Nah, listen, that shit she's doing is not right. That there's no part of that shit that is acceptable.
And
Either
none of
he's
it
either he's more fucked up than she is, or this is all a script that they're trying to run on us.
and none of it is related to OCD.
Yeah, they already called her ass out on that. The
That's
organization for OCD, they were like, hey,
Mhm.
hold on a
there's
second.
no medical symptom
They told her,
related.
you keep our name out your mouth.
Yeah,
The
how dare you?
the medical term is called I'm a hoe and I'm gonna be a hoe. And that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Once upon a time, you were a hoe. Just admit it. That's what you're doing. And the
Once
fact
upon a
that
time, she still is.
well, how are you?
You know what? I'm super duper surprised that somebody hasn't found her profile for acting or something. And she's probably an actor or whatever other thing. Because y'all remember that crazy one that went to India that she was
Mhm.
acting all erratic
Kimberly.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it turns out she was an actor and she was trying to do short films and this and that. This one right here, I guarantee you there's some kind of acting background or she's trying to build her acting career. There's no way that this is her real true self. There's no way.
Captain, technically, what she's doing isn't really strange. It's just called a swinger. It's
Yeah,
just
but she's trying to blame it on OCD
yeah.
rather than them come out and be like, you know what, I'm a hoe, and this is
Well,
just the way
Yeah.
I want to display my hotivities on TV so the world could
That's
see.
the way I roll.
But don't be blinking, doing your 700 blinks a set per second, and then calling it your OCD, and then just making out. Because listen, everybody has their whole phase. I'm not gonna front, but you don't go around getting drunk and just making out with random people every time you get drunk. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You
that's
zero in when you drunk in your whole face. You zero in on one victim and you stick to that. You work that the whole night.
Mhm.
You stick to
that's
that
true.
one victim the whole night, maybe two. But
That's true.
but you don't just be like random making out with everybody, women, men, everybody.
Yeah, she has hoe CD.
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
whole CD. Get out of here with
Yeah,
that.
And
true.
and I think that being in a relationship that has OCD has to be difficult because
Yeah,
I get mad if a dude's looking at my girl, like even if she's just walking by. So I can't even imagine what it's like.
yeah.
You
Yo,
guys,
and
Well,
then the worst part is that he goes on Insta and all that shit defending her behavior.
yeah, yeah. Like what's funny is like that meme that I described that I posted. Well, like I'm friendly with Josh on Instagram or whatever, right? So no, if I wasn't friendly with him, I would like trash Katie even more so. But like I was really tempted because she is kind of like dopey, like she doesn't seem that bright. So I was like tempted to put like a helmet on top of her head, like a special ed student when that meme. But I was like, you know what? I'm friends with Josh, so it wouldn't be a good look if
Yeah,
I
but it
put it.
don't matter. We don't take no prisoners on this podcast.
yeah,
Yeah.
We
I'm
die.
actually,
When I'm tweeting on Sunday, I take no prisoners.
Yeah.
That's just
Well,
like everybody feeling sorry for Edward. Oh, poor Edward, poor Edward. Edward also is over there on Instagram doing
mhm.
podcasts defending Marissa.
I'm
Exactly. Yeah.
actually
So I was tempted to put a helmet on Katie, but I didn't. I tried to be mature. I don't know.
I'm actually surprised because Shabooty, you have always been
I
a
know he's losing. What is he getting older?
No,
who's softening
no,
up?
because I'm
The
cool with
fuck?
Josh. I'm cool
Who's
with Josh, so I
softening
got a
you up?
spares.
I'm just
We,
saying, who's softening you up? Because Shabooty has been the type where I will post anything about anybody with
yeah,
feedback.
that Shabooty
Uh,
used
So
to be the
oh, like by the way,
guardrail.
if you do miss like the angry Shabooty, like if you go to my like the last Instagram story I posted like 2 or 3 hours ago, I went in on this one person because they're one thing that pissed me off is like when you say like I post something and then you say, oh, this is a fake story or fake news or it's like a fake story. So I called out one person on like when they try to call my shit fake, like a fake story.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
Shabooty used to be the guardrails of this podcast.
yeah.
He used to be like, you
don't
can't
worry,
say
don't
this.
worry. Like the
You got to
anger's
take
still
that
there.
down. Don't post that.
I used
Yeah.
to have to put a disclaimer on the show and warn cast members. I was like, if you don't want an enemy, Shabooty is definitely not the
Yeah,
enemy
he used
you
to have
want.
daggers. I mean,
Yeah.
we have seen his daggers come out when a certain somebody pissed him off. So
Knives out. Knives out.
Yeah.
when a certain somebody pissed him off, he went real hard on that person. So
Sure.
but yeah, lately he's been toning it down a bit with some folks.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Are you engaged? Who's the lady? What's
Nah,
going on?
ain't shit. I don't know. But let's keep it moving though.
Getting that sweet loving, Shabooty.
Huh?
Who's getting that sweet loving?
No, like I'm not Officer Nasty yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
But anyway, let's move on though. I posted a thing with like Asuelu where it's not really news to us because we know all the tea, but like Asuelu's, he's enlisted in the army, but it's a more recent photo, so his like sons look a lot older. Where I posted it, I said I knew Asuelu was enlisted in the army, but here is a more recent picture. He looks like he slimmed down and got his act together. Oh, and then all the women in the comments were like, how hot Asuelu is now.
Oh my God, ladies,
God.
stop thinking with your coochie. He's
His,
still an idiot. Come on now.
I mean,
He's
he's
a walking STD.
yeah, he's a nice idiot though. But wait a minute, that STD stuff. Once we found out what Kalani was really about, I don't know. I would have to have them both tested because she seemed like she was on a different page than he was before he even, he was too slow to catch up with her.
Yeah, yeah. And
She might have went ahead and gave that to him and then convinced him that he gave it to her.
yeah, I feel like since Kalani had a late start, because remember when she went over there, that was the first time she ever had sex when she got married. So, when a lady gets some dick,
He
especially
went, Oswaldo was vacation dick.
yeah. And then once she realized that Asuela's dick wasn't even the best dick, she probably was out there.
Yeah, I mean, all you need is one person to get through the door to start the party.
Exactly. So that's what I said. I'm not coming after him. She might have been out there. Once she got the first taste of dick, she was probably like, oh, this tastes like ice cream. And she just went in.
She said, I want 31 flavors.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then Heather Blonde, who's a super fan of the podcast, she commented on that Suelo photo. It says, "Wow, he can do that Samoan hula he did in the therapy show for me anytime."
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
No.
no.
I have a friend that's Samoan. He's a really, really a kind person. Like they're really, really nice people.
Yeah.
A real gentleman and everything. Oswaldo Kalani was just on a different page than Oswaldo. He wanted a traditional setup, and I feel like the show did him dirty, like scripting him as a bad guy and lazy and stuff. I think he was just too slow to catch up.
I just read Angelica's comment and it brought back, I literally can hear it in my mind now. Even he said condoms are for slut people. Remember?
Yeah, and don't scroll your eyes at me.
Yes.
I still got that one. Don't scroll your eyes at me.
I missed that. And then I think my favorite scene, one of the Hall of Fame scenes, was when his mom and Kalani met up at the beach with his sister and they were about to fight. And she was like, I don't give a fuck about them kids. Give me
They're
my
like, fuck them kids.
Yes.
She has so far been the blueprint to villainous mother-in-laws.
Yes.
It was the blueprint.
It don't get much crazier than
it was the blueprint. Chantel's mother was in the lead at the time, but then Usuelo's mom knocked her out.
Yeah. When she said that she didn't give a damn about the grandkids, just give her money and get out of her face, I was like, oh.
And I think she wasn't acting. I think that she was like, I'm not reading that script. I'm telling you how I really feel.
She is the boss at the end of the game, the horrible mother-in-law game. She's the big boss at the end.
She's King Koopa. She's King Koopa from the Super Mario Brothers.
I mean, what you call his mother tried to do it. Submit's mother tried to pull it off, but Jenny, Jenny, she took it like a champ.
Yeah, she.
Sure, by the way, let's talk about how like on Sunday, was it Sunday?
Monday.
No, no,
Oh,
no, it was Monday.
Monday. They the
They,
screw up.
yeah, like, so I don't know how aware you are, George, but like on Monday they fucked up where if you put on the show on Monday Night Live, like The Last Resort, it would played like the previous episode on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and then
I could have
then
watched it on the West Coast time because
yeah,
I have both apps, but I was like too lazy to do that. And then my soap
Yeah,
opera came on, so I was like, "Fuck it."
yeah, I had to watch it on TLC Go, but yeah, they fucked up majorly.
My tweets,
somebody's getting fired, obviously, because how do you mess that up?
I know. And then they showed it on the repeat that shows again like at 12 midnight on East Coast. I think
Yeah.
that was the proper one, but by that time that ship had sailed. I tweeted off of other people's comments.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you didn't even, yeah, because
My tweets. I didn't even watch the show, and I made some tweets for that episode, and I did pretty good. I did pretty good. I got a lot of likes on my shit with Shekinah and the lampshade hat.
Hmm.
Yeah, she looked like a fucking lampshade. Then she went in the bathroom and came out all happy go lucky.
Hmm.
It's like she went in there and got right, and she came back out that bathroom right.
yeah,
I
you know,
True.
literally was
I
watching it. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Who, like, what the fuck is going
I know
on?
everybody was going crazy. Like, what the fuck? They were coming to me like I
Like,
was at TLC, and I was like,
well,
yo.
was that the scene where she was like drinking wine?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she goes in the
Uh,
bathroom. She was all mad and shit, and then
mhm.
she goes in the bathroom and comes out happy as a
L-
motherfucker,
like,
laughing.
let me say allegedly, but I can't. Somebody I read it somewhere where they think like she was on something more than just wine. She's a little
Yeah,
loopy.
that's what everybody said. She went in the back
Yeah.
because she went in the bathroom,
it's
and,
called
and
doing
when she came,
lines in the bathroom.
Yeah. I was going to say some sort of Coca
Yeah,
Cola.
yeah, doing lines.
Allegedly.
because
Allegedly.
allegedly, because let me tell you, you could take a happy pill, but it's not gonna kick in that fast.
But you know what kicks in that fast?
You know what? Yep, every
Yeah,
Yeah.
time,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
she
every
was
time.
well, she was very like energetic. She's like, I'm ready to go to sex therapy or whatever it is.
That sugar booger get you right quick.
Yeah,
So
she had a lot of energy.
she had a lot of energy, but allegedly, we don't know unless it was trying acting or whatever she was doing. But she came out that
Mm.
bathroom a complete. He was even shocked. He was even asking her, like, "What the fuck did you do in there?"
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
was like,
Who
no,
is
we need.
this?
He was scared to go to therapy with her. He was like, you need to stay inside.
yeah, but he I mean, he gives the impression that he rides the lightning too. So his eyes are always like wide, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
it was
They
wide
both
eyed. Yeah.
they both give me that impression,
They
honestly.
yeah, they're weird, but he won over the fans. So she's out of the game. He's riding that 90-day franchise train
That
to the end.
coattail.
He's
Yep.
Mhm.
riding that train to the end. He said, "You ain't gonna fuck up my money. Adios."
True. All right, ready for another topic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this was about like Mido, the actor guy, the Egyptian guy. So anyway, apparently he has like an acting gig now. So I'll read you I don't know if she's like the creator of the thing. So I'll read her post and then I'll read my research. So it says this is the person that made let me just read it. It says, I had the pleasure of meeting Mido Fayed from 90 Day Fiancé, who has officially joined the cast of Divine Intervention as Isoba. It was such a joy connecting with him and celebrating this exciting new chapter. Moments like these remind me how powerful storytelling is when it brings together people from different backgrounds with a shared purpose. It's definitely divine intervention, and you will watch. Welcome to Divine, Mido. I can't wait for everyone to see what you bring to this incredible project. So then I did some like quick research, and it says, my research says Divine Intervention is a locally produced Baton Rouge TV pilot created and directed by Donna M. Butler. It was screened at a small Louisiana film festival and streamed through the lesser known Fifth Sun Network on the Roku channel. Its IMDb listing describes it as a 33-minute production, and there's no publicly reported budget or major studio slash distributor attached. So Mido's casting is legitimate, but it looks more like a micro-budget indie role than a high-profile acting job. Also, IMDb currently lists rapper Young Bleed as Asoba, suggesting Mido may be replacing him in a new or expanded version. So he did get an acting gig.
Oh,
Wow.
congratulations. I guess. I
Question
don't
mark.
know.
It's like,
I don't know what to say to that because that doesn't sound like something.
It sounds like
That
that's.
doesn't sound promising.
It sounds
No,
like that's never gonna leave.
that's something that we're never gonna see ever. So
I mean, I did post a snarky comment on my own post. I said, I guess he skipped Tubi and it's going straight to Roku.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's one
like
step
Roku.
above a Tubi. It's one step above Tubi.
in an A-list standpoint, it would be a straight to DVD.
Nah, that's not even going to.
Yeah, it didn't go to the movies. It's straight to DVD.
That's gonna stay right there
Yeah.
where they filmed it.
That will
Yeah.
hit the production
I mean,
floor, and that
The
was
only
it.
I would like to see it just for research purposes to see
Mhm.
see what's going on there.
Well,
the only place that's playing that movie is the public library.
yeah.
Not even.
If
Not
you
even.
happen to go to the library and get it, you let me know.
Listen, they wouldn't
You let
even
me
play
know.
that. They wouldn't even play that in the waiting area of Taco Bell while you're waiting for your tacos on the flat screen TVs. They're gonna play it. No way.
Dang.
No. I mean, I like I said, I would like to see it just to see what's going on with him, other than that creepy shit he portrays on the show.
Mm,
But yeah, I don't know.
true.
I
But like
don't know.
my comment section was kind of trolling and shit. So like, but then the actual like the producer lady, she was jumped in the comment section today because like one person was like, they're totally using him for some kind of exposure. And then I said, definitely hashtag 15 minutes. But then the like producer lady, she hopped in the comment section. She was like, to me, she said, we casted him for a role he fit. He auditioned like others. So she was clapping back.
But she just wants you to spread the word so people can look for watch it.
Talking
Mhm.
about it like she talking about it like there was more than one person who auditioned for that one man show. What the fuck is she talking about?
Mhm.
It's a
Listen,
33-minute production that you filmed outside of a McDonald's in the parking lot.
that
Yeah.
that was a secret. That was a top secret experiment they did in the back of somebody's restaurant.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, okay, so that's one commenter goes, Amy in the comment section says, I'm more confused on why they have no shoes on when meeting him. And then the producer, she says, I am the writer and director of the series. This picture was taken at my home office when Mido came by for a fitting. So yeah, that's
There's
why she's not
costumes
wearing no
involved.
shoes.
Of course it's a home office. Of course it
There's
is.
costumes involved.
Oh
I,
my,
I
oh
don't
my
know.
God. His next film adventure will be a
Gina,
porn, and we'll watch it.
Gina, get on top of that. We need to see that because we gotta dissect that.
Yeah, Gina, your responsibility is to watch it and report back.
Yes, and report back. We gotta dissect that next Friday.
Can we
Yes.
just like chat GPT it and call
No,
it a
you have to
day?
watch. It's only 33 minutes and it was probably filmed on an iPhone.
Listen,
Your
when you
job is to watch it and report back.
I don't know
Mm.
if you take long when you go to the bathroom, like take reading material, but you can sit on the toilet and watch it.
Yeah, that's one sitting. That's literally one sitting in the bathroom, honestly.
We need that. We need to take that apart. So
I
tell us
don't
True.
where
have
we
to
can
go
find
through
it.
that torture.
Well, tell us where we can find
Who
it, and
is
then we'll
we?
watch it.
Who
Then
is
we'll watch
we?
it.
You're gonna do it. That's the whole point. Who is we? We're saying you have to do it.
No, I'm saying you have to find it, and I'll watch it too.
Because you're curious to watch it.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'll
And
definitely watch the
I've
shit
been
out
an
of that.
active participant in the 90 Day Fiancé Fridays. You, Mariah Carey, aka George, aka Officer Nasty, have been MIA for how long? And
Yeah,
you're
George,
telling
you need
me
to get some. George, you need to do
Did
some
you watch
homework.
Are y'all saying that I need to take extra credit because I've been gone for a long time?
Yes,
Is that what y'all are
yes. If you
saying?
want to pass the class, you got to do that extra credit homework.
This
You know what, Gina? You find it, we'll all watch it.
Mhm.
I never said
That's fair. That's 33 minutes. You just told Gina it's 33 minutes. She'll find it.
I
She'll
mean,
send it to us, and we'll watch it.
I'll watch it at 2x speed so I could be done in 15.
Now I'll sit through it. I'll watch it.
Mhm.
And then
True.
I'll report back Friday.
Yeah, somebody got to report back because
I will watch the shit out of it and dissect it.
Okay,
Mhm.
good.
Okay.
We'll have a nice little segment on it next week.
All right. That's
Yeah,
my
George, do your homework.
true. All right. Next topic is I try to avoid posting about Jasmine, but there she did this like Instagram story post where she says, quote, I feel like I just ruined people's life, end quote. So I of course had to like repost it and I put it on, I did like a meme where it's like hung up in the Louvre Museum. And I said, since this is the first time Jasmanian Devil has been honest, I figured I'd hang it up in the Louvre. Okay, we can go back to ignoring her now. So that was my little post.
Oh,
What happened? Her presumed miscarriage post didn't get enough traction.
I don't know, but she was
I
feeling bad about herself or something.
I guess I'm like really cold hearted because when you were reading that, I was the first thing that came to my mind was I was gonna post a screenshot of her posting that, and then in the background, her two sons that she left behind.
That wouldn't have been mean. That would have been perfect.
It's honest, right? I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
Mhm.
gonna put one
it would have
in,
been
and
perfect.
I'm gonna put them in the back because she did ruin their lives. Since you're admitting the lives you ruined, those are two right there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. She's something else. I mean, that whole last post that she posted, I don't know what came of it because I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna comment on this shit because if this is a fake miscarriage or something like that, I'm gonna lose my shit because I don't like when people use real life situations for clout
Yeah,
Mhm.
chasing.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's so, but I don't know what came of it because I don't really follow up on her shit. But seeing as nobody's commented about her situation, she did it very vaguely, which led me to believe that it was a lie because knowing her, she would have came straight out and said it to get the sympathy card.
Hmm.
So she just put up a vague post with her at the GYN.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, this she's trying to give an indication that she had a miscarriage, but she's not going to go ahead and say that. So people are to assume because they see her and her caption, but I don't know what came of it. And I was like, I don't want to dig around and find out that she's lying about that or just
Hmm.
leaving it to people's imagination because that's really going to upset me. I mean, right now we hate her for a myriad of reasons, but don't use people's real life tragedies for attention.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from Jasmine.
Mhm.
Okay, next thing I posted was about Paula and Thomas, the Brazilian chick with the deep voice, and then the guy who's sensitive to smells. So
Okay.
apparently she's back in Brazil, and then she posted she posted a meme where she says such a big nose. So Paula says Thomas has a big nose. And then I went on Thomas's page on his pin post, and someone had commented, quote, you deserve better, man. The way she disrespects you and patronizes you and cannot say sorry is wild. 10 years older, but acts like a child, unreal. And then it says liked by author. So he liked that post. So um anyway, it's
Was it Arthur the guy that was working out with him at the monkey bars?
huh? No, no,
Wasn't
no. Like
Arthur the
no,
guy
I
that
said
was
not
working out with him at
Arthur.
the monkey
Not
bars?
not not Arthur. Like it was the post was liked by the author, meaning like the original. It
Oh,
was on his like feed. It was a comment on his post where he
yeah.
liked it, so it says liked by author. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's another pair that I think were acting too. I think Thomas was an actor as well.
Hmm.
I think the TLC is looking through Tubi. Anything that Tubi throws away, they're picking it up and putting it on the franchise.
Yeah, my caption says I can never remember these two's name, Paul and Thomas. That's a sign we should never have them back. And then I said, but she should be the new voice of Darth Vader with all that timbre in her voice.
Yeah.
S-
I mean, she had people stumbled about her sexuality in the beginning
Mhm.
because she was so big and her voice was so raspy and deep.
Mhm. Yeah, and it
People
seems
kept
like they hate each other's
wondering.
guts. Seems like they hate each other's guts now. But yeah, she likes to collect little things, but I guess she doesn't like his big old nose. I don't know. But
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, that was a weird pair up. That couple was like kind of weird.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think those were actors, just fill-ins, just for because if they're not even together anymore. So,
That's what it's looking like. Yeah. And then I'm speaking of like breakups, Patia ends it with Dylan.
oh, I
And
saw that.
yeah, she did a really long post when I'm not going to read her long thing, but the summary of it is after 12 years together, I made the difficult decision to end my relationship with Dylan. The distance, uncertainty, and constant cycle of being together and apart have taken an emotional toll, and I'm finally choosing my own peace and happiness. I wish Dylan well and ask everyone show us both kindness and respect as we move forward. Goodbye to this chapter. A new one begins. And then I think it was today that Dylan himself posted. Dylan responded today. It says, quote, I'm not going to lie. Patia completely blindsided me with this. After 12 years together, I never expected to be reading about the end of our relationship online like everyone else. I'm not going to disrespect what we had by turning this into a public fight. But I also won't pretend that there isn't a lot more to the story than what's being told. For now, I'm still processing it all. The truth has a way of coming out eventually. So that was Dylan's response post.
Yep, he clapped back. I
Mm,
I
think
mean,
one or both are either heading for the single life. You saw the thirst trap picture he posted with that whole story that you just read off. His
yeah.
shirtless. He put it with his shirtless picture.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't seem exactly. He's a narcissist, basically.
yeah, but
I
I,
mean,
I think he's coming on
how are
single life.
you mad that you got dumped by a woman that you've been saying you were gonna marry for the past 2 decades, and you just never married her? You have asked her to marry you and then took the ring back. Like at
Mhm.
some point, a woman's gonna eventually realize that you're not actually gonna marry her. Like I'm sad that it took her this long. She's not wrapped too tight, but at least she figured it out. Like he's never gonna marry. He's never gonna marry her. He was leading her on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the writing was on the wall. She just didn't want to see it.
Exactly.
Mhm. I mean,
Exactly.
you know what I feel though. I mean, I think we probably had this discussion when they were when they were current on the season. But I feel like the discussion we had in the past was they dated in the past, like 90 Day Fiance came around, and for the show they got back together
Yeah,
for the
they
sake of the
did.
show.
Yeah,
And then when the show ended, they're now going their separate ways.
we agreed. We agreed on that. I think she
Yeah.
helped him get his foot in the door for the franchise.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
exactly.
can
Like they
see
got
that.
together for the
I can
show, and
definitely.
then
Yeah, because I can almost bet the ranch that he's gonna show up on our screens again. But her not
probably.
so much. Not her not so much. I think she helped him out. He gave her cut, and then she went her way, and he's gonna continue on, whether it be single life or whatever
Hmm.
else, or the
Yeah,
hunt
because
for love.
I think all the horny women in the audience they want to see
Yeah.
him. I guess.
Yep. Yep. Either hunt for love or single life, or
Yeah.
both,
Hmm.
or both.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, real quick, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. Like, what was I gonna say? So there's this news story read the other day where it says, "quote Chocolate has been recalled 4 times since the start of Trump's second term for containing sildenafil, the active ingredient in Viagra." So then I did a meme of like Cara having like her own like chocolate bar where it's called Bachoca. Like, so I did a little
I
meme on my
mean,
page.
you should have went. You should have went all the way and used the real chocolate item that she used.
No,
Oh, use the real.
Remember, it was chocolate colored.
uh-huh.
That's true.
I would have
Call
used
it
that.
Mr. Big.
Yeah, big chocolate.
So my theory as to why Guillermo was so bothered by her OnlyFans videos is because he could never amount to what or live up to what that item was in that video. That's
Mhm.
my
No, not that. He said it on the show. He said he was more bothered by the words and the captions that she was saying
no.
than
Mhm.
what she was actually
He was
doing.
bothered by the size of that item because he
And yeah,
knew,
once you
nah,
listen,
he knew that
Mhm.
he could never deliver that size.
yeah, exactly. Once you see that that's the size she wants, there's nothing else gonna fit in there after that.
I mean, unless you're Bruce Banner,
Exactly.
that thing was crazy. So no.
Yeah, no,
Anyway.
that's what I'm saying. That you'd fall into that. Anything smaller than that you'd fall in.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he was
Oh,
like,
one of
okay,
the
I know you
comments
had a
in the chat
baby.
says is a that I wish they made a sex tape.
Yeah, yeah. I
No,
mean,
They might already have one.
that's
It's
not
just
wrong
not
because
publicized.
everybody in the franchise does at some point, I guess. So no, that's
Mhm.
not wrong. That's not wrong.
I mean that they could have done that. She should that would have been more marketable, him and her, because they're both attractive people, you know.
Mhm.
So women would want to definitely see him naked, and her, men are attracted to her. That would have been a top seller.
I
Them two
mean,
getting it on
watching
OnlyFans.
pretty,
Like a
watching pretty people, that's a
J
thing. People,
true. Like
George, you're
I don't
breaking up.
I don't want to spend too much time on it, but like JLP, real quick, are you? I'm not watching it, but are you watching that new show where it's like people? It's on TLC. Where what's it called? Where it's like the wives live
Asian
in.
appro. Oh, the secret lives
Yeah, are
of
you watching that?
nah.
Me neither.
We did MILF Manor for 2 seasons. I'm done with that shit.
True. No, because I was gonna ask you because
Oh,
about the.
I'm not watching Age Inappropriate, but I did watch Age of Attraction, but I didn't watch Age Inappropriate.
Nah, Agent Appropriate. I watched the first episode and then I was like, this is not for me either. It's too
True.
scripted looking.
Yeah. Okay. Next topic is Greg, aka Doughboy, aka the Baker, Greg the Baker. So he's doing a new gig where so basically he's in academy to like become a corrections officer.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
he showed up in the Facebook page of the sheriff's office where it says happy first day of school to Horry County students. Our recruits at so and so detention center are celebrating right along with you. And yes, just like students, they're sporting clear backpacks for added security. But their back to school experience looks a little different. Our recruits will complete 11 weeks of training including exposure to taser and pepper spray, followed by 12 weeks working inside a housing unit under close supervision. They'll also spend 3 weeks at the South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy, earning their basic detention certification. So, anyway, he's Greg the Baker's training to become a corrections officer. And then I, of course, had to say a snarky asshole comment in my caption, which is, we all know who's going to be in charge of bringing in the donuts every day. So anyway, that's what Greg's up to.
Corrections officer.
Yes, CO.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
Me
Nope.
neither.
Nope. I could understand maybe a meter maid putting tickets on cars, and even that's tough because if you get caught ticketing somebody's car, you're gonna get you better run for your life.
Oh Lord.
You better run for your life. But a corrections officer, nah, I can't see
And
it.
he even like I don't see him being like a runner or active at all.
I can't see him being shit that got to do with law enforcement.
Yeah, he seems like a real nice dude. I don't see him dealing with convicts very
Unless
well.
he has unless he has a dark side that we don't know about. I can't see him. He's not physically fit, and I don't think he's emotionally prepared to work in a correction facility.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's the type of dude where when the guy when the when the dude drops the soap, he goes picks it up for him.
Yeah, it'd definitely be there. Didn't he apply during the season? His season? Didn't he apply for some city job? And then he
Yeah.
turned it down. Wasn't it like a post? Was it a post office or something?
It was like a garbage or recycling.
Oh, it
Well,
was in the
Sanitation. I know he applied for a city job.
he was like, I don't know if it's just like a temp thing because obviously you can't do it year round, but he was like doing like snow plowing and shit during storms.
I know that one of the episodes they were in a disagreement because they called him for a city job and he turned it down or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, they had benefits and all of that and blah blah blah. He didn't say he wanted to do that. It could have been something else. Maybe the police academy were like, nah, you can't work, you can't be a cop, but we know some place where you could try to fit in.
Right in.
You fit
in.
right in. I mean, if you make it past correctional officer for at least a year or two, then we'll consider making you a cop.
Mm-hmm. True. Okay. Well, that's the Greg news.
And then there's that other agency that's just taking anybody.
Oh,
yeah.
the three letter one,
the cold one, the one you drink with soda and the one you mix your drinks with. They take anybody.
If he becomes a ICE agent, he's gonna get dragged.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna tell us because the whole point is that they wear masks, so he'll feel comfortable doing that. I'm like, I cover my face. They're all out of shape. Not there's not an athletic one among them, so he fits right into that. So maybe that's what he's doing on the DL. The money's really good in that.
Who knows?
Making him pretend that he's gonna be a corrections officer because we all know he ain't gonna make it a day in the jail cell.
Yeah, so I don't know, but that's the Greg news.
Yeah.
And then we already kind of talked about the Tice thing, but the one weird thing, I'm kind of backtracking a little bit, but like the one weird thing on the Tice thing was like the filing the filing that Patrick's attorney did, where apparently, according to TMZ today, where it's like not true, but it was weird where in the filing they had it referred to as like mom and dad in the filing.
Yeah, that's the weirdest shit.
Yeah, well, and the people, and then because of that, people thought it wasn't real, but it was real. But it was
Yeah.
weird. But let me just read anyway for the fuck of it, for the sake of the podcast. The filing that was kind of weird. So says on or about, and again, this has kind of been debunked, I guess, but let me just read this. Allegedly, on or about April 11th, 2026, dad learned that mom was involved in an affair, reads a motion filed by Patrick's attorneys on Wednesday. The filing also reveals details about what happened between Patrick, parentheses, dad, and Tice, mom, after he became aware of the infidelity. Quote, after dad discovered the affair, mom demanded that dad move out of the party's home as she had told her new romantic partner that the parties were already separated and no longer residing together, end quote. Apparently, Patrick was reluctant to relocate. Quote, mom thereafter made threats to dad, leading dad to officially move out of the marital residence on or about May 6, 2026, end quote. So that was from the real court filing. But I mean,
Yeah,
I understand what.
I was like, what did the child testify? Is this the court proceedings with the child
Uh,
testifying? Because why the fuck would they put mom and dad? Just put their names.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Patrick was trying to drag her through the mud, but apparently, according to TMZ tonight, we learned that that was an inadvertent filing. That part of it was not meant to be filed, which sounds like some bullshit just to make headlines. I don't know.
Yeah.
A
Like,
premature.
yeah, I mean, I just feel like they purposely put it in to drag her in the mud, but now they're trying to backtrack.
Yeah, and I know she answers a lot of the stuff you put up about her. I saw that she was
Yeah.
answering
Oh
back
yeah.
your
Oh, I
some
can
of the
read.
stuff on your page.
Okay, let me read that now. Yeah, so she out of all the bloggers there are the ones that are all jealous of me. I'm the only one that Tice like actually responds to in my comment section where it
Yeah, I
says,
saw her responding to you a lot. I was like, okay, oh, wait, no, okay, okay, I
yeah,
see
so
you.
she responded to the comments in my comment section exclusive. It says it's all fake, and he is desperate to try to make me look wrong. And then she also went on to say in another subsequent comment, hold on, it disappeared off my page. She said, hold on a second. Okay, fuck, give me one second. Sorry, my Instagram on my laptop is acting up. Okay, she says, he is the one out there at clubs kissing women in front of 90 Day cast members. I've never done anything like that. He's just trying to make me wrong because I chose not to go back to the marriage, and I will never go back to a toxic man, period.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
she's keeps on discounting that he's just trying to drag her through the mud.
Hmm.
I mean, she's super smoking hot. So, I mean, he should have known he was punching above his weight class. I
Hmm.
don't think, but you know what? If he did start cheating on her first, because that usually happens, that's not an anomaly. Men could have the hottest chick and still cheat.
that's so crazy to me. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Like,
Hmm.
if I'm with my dream girl, I don't really know.
Listen, once I saw Shakira got cheated on, I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then if she can move her hips like that and still got cheated on, then that's it for me. I have no hope.
Hmm.
I have no hope. But yeah, the most beautiful women get cheated on. So he might have been feeling himself and stepped out on her first.
That
Hmm.
that's wild. I can't imagine. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
True.
people are just addicted to being douche. What do you call it? Dickheads. Like, I don't know. Like, if I have my dream, I have my dream girl actually. Like, so I'm not really looking. So there was a situation recently where I was texting this woman for business purposes, and the woman ended up sending me explicit photos in the conversation, and I immediately showed my girl. I was like, "Look, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Like, cause I don't even have the want to. Like, I have what I want. So these guys out there, they have what they want, and it's just crazy to me that they're still out doing stuff. Cause it's like once I got what I wanted, I was good. I don't need to go out and look for anything else.
Yeah, we say that. One of somebody had posted, I think, a picture of her with some really smoking hot guy, and Ty just asked, "Was that her boyfriend or her ex boyfriend or family member or something?" You seen that picture of Thais with that really sexy guy, and I think he has a blue suit on or something.
I saw the picture in our Patreon chat, but I don't know the source
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, and if somebody just said she saw her ex, we don't know if it's her ex or not. Everybody's been trying to find out. But if it is her ex and she's back with him, she upgraded like a motherfucker because he's hot.
Hmm.
Next topic. Sorry.
Oh, you like Thais? You like
No, it's
Thais?
just I don't want to wax poetic about whoever the fuck she's with these days. Anyway, speaking of another guy, I don't want to wax poetic about, but Rasa, he did a Q&A on his Instagram which says, "Are you still in the United States?" And he says, "Yes, I'm in the United States." So the people that ask me if he's in Alabama still, yes, he's in Alabama. If you're wondering about Rasset, and apparently the women think he's hot in the
Yeah,
chat.
he is hot. I think he's hot too, but I'm trying to keep that to myself because I don't want to create another situation. Like I started a trend a couple years ago about somebody
Yeah, you
I thought was
did.
hot, and now all of a sudden we can't get him off our fucking screen.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
you did.
Exactly.
And as soon as you said him and what's his face, Zaid were hot, I'm like, Captain, take that down right
Yeah, I was
now.
like, you know what, Ziad? Well, Ziad is on Tinder, so yeah, he might have saw my message.
And yeah, speaking of him as yet, I did post his picture today too, where he was, I guess he does like, he's like a HVAC person, I think. So he does works on air conditioning and shit.
Oh
So then I
yeah,
said,
they said he's doing HVAC.
yeah. So then I said, here's your reminder that Ziad works harder than Rebecca's filters.
yeah,
Posted that
Yeah, no, he
photo.
had a job before that. He work in a furniture store right after she left him with the shopping cart in the apartment.
yeah,
He got a
yeah,
job
he did.
Yeah.
at a
Yeah,
furniture
wasn't
store.
he like a mover or something like
Yeah,
that?
he was doing moving furniture. Yeah.
Hmm.
So she makes it seem like he stays at home all day and she's working. God, nobody has anybody found out what job is that she's the manager of?
Oh, I heard it was a fast food place. Is
Well, that was her last job, the chicken spot. But she claims that she's a manager somewhere and she works like crazy hours and she can't do
well,
this.
based on her face on the last resort, she works a lot. She looks like she was rode hard and hung out to dry. Like she looks rough.
She might be working at the pound. Get it?
Yeah, because when I
Hmm.
saw her face, I was like, oh, I can't imagine waking up to that every day. Like she looks hard, like she got rode hard,
Yeah, she
hard.
doesn't. She's not aging well. She's not aging well
No.
at all. But that's also the downfall. A lot of women don't understand that these filters and injections that they put in their face, that shit melts. If you don't keep up with it,
Hmm.
eventually it starts to lump up and melt. You know.
Hmm.
So it looks like she has a lot of displaced Botox and shit in her face because it's like it's melting.
And she has like bulldog cheeks or some shit. Let me
Yeah,
stop.
her face is like a like
Yeah,
like droopy dog.
it does.
Yeah.
I was watching the last resort and they would zoom in on her and I was like, ah, get it away, get it away.
Hmm.
Whatever happened to her between the last time we saw her on our screens till now, it wasn't good.
Hmm.
Well,
And
it
then
was
the this
already starting to like defect when she was on Diaries trying to
yeah
capture him into like the cheating.
yeah, and then she did the commercials for Sonobello, lipo laser suction or whatever the fuck she got done, and that went
Hmm.
out the window. I hope they did it for free because if she paid money for it, well, yeah.
Hmm. All right, like
Cheats to get a refund.
all right, I finished all my topics. Should I read the live chat?
Oh, you can just we're gonna round up anyway, so yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, I'll go from oldest to newest. Ty says TGIF. Angelica says Happy Friday. Eric says Happy Friday. All right, let me fast forward through all the Happy Fridays. Um, Sherry says we missed you, George. Sherry says I was thinking that Tiffany might not show any holes. Haha.
Oh, it's only a matter of time. We're gonna see all them holes, every single one. Trust, we will.
Hmm. Eric says I don't believe Tice was having an affair. Patrick is trying to save face. Um, Angelica says he seems controlling. Get your coin, Thais. Eric says JLP. Let's see. Eric says JLP needs to be reminded that a dating app is not a sex app unless it's Tinder. Anyway, I guess you already saw that comment. Let's see. Icky Ricky. Sherry says he's so gross. Pineapple Girl says George and Captain is hell freezing over. Um, Yeah. Let's see.
Or there's a
Heather
pig.
says,
There's a
sorry.
pig flying through the sky.
I know. Heather says, right, pineapple girl. Sherry says, I agree that Pillow Talk kept their 15 minutes of fame stretched into a few years. Let's see. That was funny, Shabooty, but I don't know what that was in reference to. Angelica says, watching Mito and Debbie is like watching scenes from Borat. Um, oh yeah, Shabooty, lots of plants. Ty says, if I remember correctly, they ended up doing more than two shows because they sold out. That's in reference to Sarper, I guess his New York show. Heather says he should be grateful his other half was worse than him. Let's see. Sherry says, what Heather, who could have ever imagined that the fans would love him after the way we met him on the show? I'm assuming that's about Sarper still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. Cher says, and her new face is worse than ever. Ty says, I love listening to you guys all back together again. Heather says, butt plugs for all. Ty says, I've seen body parts on Instagram, but it was one of those quote, was that what I thought? Question mark. Um, Sherry says, yeah, once they started hating TLC publicly, they screwed themselves big time. And let's see, I'm skipping forward. Sherry says, right, we don't need any more Jamals. Amen to that. That was me talking, actually. The last part was me talking. Anyway, Heather says, and men don't act like bad boys were all women's fault.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true. That's true. They're not. Bad boys are pieces of shit on their own. You're right. I can't blame women for that.
mm-hmm. Ty says, yes, they need to bring the son of Hunt for Love oh, it says, Ty says, yes, I think it's about Debbie. Yes, they need to bring the son on Hunt for Love or Single Life. I think that's in reference to Debbie's son.
Mm-hmm.
Heather says, I was hoping it was metal music. Yikes. I don't remember what that's about. Sherry says, oh, that's not good at all. Angelica says, all of Shay's daughters are so pretty. Ty says, I'm so disappointed how Rasset has turned out. I liked him in the beginning. Now he's proving he's a straight weirdo. Eric says, he came here with those beliefs. Typical small village mindset. Most Turks have a lot to say about Kurds and Albanians. Heather says, you see his parents. I don't know if I think colonization fucked up his family tree. Sherry says, it's so gross, especially in this day and age when people don't appreciate someone's nasty germs. Uh, It's so gross, especially in this day and age when people don't appreciate someone's nasty germs all over them. I don't remember what we were talking about
That
with
was
that.
she was talking about the kisser, the mad
Oh, the person that kisses 20, the
the
Katie.
Katie, the mad kisser.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. OCD. Ha ha ha. Heather says religious harlots are like that. And then Heather says mouth STD. Sherry says, right, George. He's such a tool. Dickmatized. He said condoms are for slut people. Laugh out loud or something like that. Remember? Angelica says, I want the money. That was about Soila's mom. Sherry says, "Oh my God, his family wanted money." Sherry says, "But the episode of Between the Sheets was for the new episode, not the old one." Angelica says, "When he Asuelu kicked out his sister like a bouncer out of the house too. Man, I miss the good old days." Heather says, "More meth, in my opinion, than the white lady laugh out loud allegedly." Gina's the hunter and Cap is the enforcer, says Heather. Sherry says, plus, she did it right after we saw that Greg and Joan had a miscarriage. Exactly. Jasmine wanted that attention. Heather says both of them are terrible. Heather says Thomas is such a wet blanket. Darth Vader is perfect. That's in reference to Paula, whatever Paula's fucking deep voice. Sherry says, "Oh no, I hope not, Captain." Angelica says, "I don't know who I hate more, laugh out loud, Thomas or Paula. Both are equally annoying." Heather says, "Is it wrong that I wish they made a sex tape?" I guess that was about K and G.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
K and G are the only couple I wouldn't mind seeing a sex tape. Uh, Angelica says, "Little Singles just ended." Pineapple Girl says Secret Lives of Suburban Wives or something like that. And then Sherry says, what do you guys think of Pow and Russ? She treats him like shit. I
Uh,
don't know, but I don't know, but I like Pow. I'm Instagram friends with her, so.
I mean, Russ is kind of a pussy and, he gets
Mhm.
Let,
treated as such. I'm not saying that she's right for how she treats him, but put your foot down and go get a job and take.
Listen,
Yeah, like
I'm not a fan of women who come out in public and talk about their intimate sex lives with the public. That's, to me, that's whatever happens in your bedroom with your husband should stay there. If you've been married to him this long and he doesn't know how to eat the cat, the world don't need to know that. I didn't like that about her. I didn't. She's doing a Jasmine, and I lost all respect for her because of that. She's pulling a Jasmine. She's like one episode away from asking for an open marriage.
Mhm.
yeah, you're right.
She's doing a job. I mean, if they're dating or whatever, I can understand that. But come on, you married to this man. He's the father of your children, and you on TV talking about all your yeah, he doesn't make you come, and he doesn't know how to eat the cat and all of that. That's private shit, man. You don't go around telling people that. Now, even for money. I don't know who told them at TLC that it was cute to bring your private lives into the public eye. But I used to love Powell, but she turned me off with that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Um, okay, well, let me go back to the chat. Let's see. The photo that's in our Patreon chat, which y'all should join 90 patreon.com/90 Fiancé Fridays. There's a photo of like Tice and some new dude in their kid, but I don't know if it's legitimate or not. So when you post photos, say your source, because if it's from like Facebook, that shit could be AI, But anyway, any other interesting let me see if there's any interesting things. Uh, let's see. Ty says maybe on Diaries they showed her job. I don't know who's that about. Yeah, okay. I think the last comment is from Sherry. It says, "Right, Captain?" Question mark. Then she said she faked her orgasm. I guess that's about Powell.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. I mean, that's things that you say when you're in the middle of a divorce, not things that you say in a marriage that you're trying to stay in. I agree.
Mhm.
You're trying to stay in the marriage and you're on national TV throwing this poor man that looks like you've been emasculating him since the day you met him. Because we remember the earlier seasons, how she made him quit his job in Oklahoma and move her to Miami to pursue some fucking modeling career shit. So
Mhm.
he's been getting a beat down for a while. And then for you to come on this show and do all of that extra shit, come on, man.
And then yeah, like remember again, I don't know the whole story, but yeah, like he got her that necklace, and then she got pissed off and shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she's an episode away from pulling a Jasmine and saying she wants an open marriage.
Mhm.
I mean, it worked for Jasmine. Why not her?
Yo, then real quick, one last topic. Like, in I think it was Last Resort when like when John was like berating Tice or something, and then I can't remember if it was that scene, but anyway, like the therapist. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it the scene where like John was berating Tice, but then the therapist was just like quiet the whole time and like didn't
Yeah,
interrupt?
the therapist was letting him go off on her, and
Yeah,
yeah,
like he didn't.
that
The
she
therapist
got
didn't
up
say
and
one
left.
fuck. He didn't say one fucking word. Like, what kind of therapist is that?
Yeah, and Thais got up and left,
Yeah,
and
it was
everybody's
like.
like, "Oh, John, this and ganging up on Thais." First of all, that's none of his goddamn business. All right, and Patrick is worse for letting him talk to his wife like that, regardless
Mhm.
of where their marriage is heading towards now. You don't let somebody talk to your wife like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially in public. Patrick. The only reason Patrick doesn't like Thais is because Thais probably didn't let him get away with living with Patrick and living off of Patrick.
No, I was more annoyed that the therapist was like a fucking.
Yeah, the therapist didn't say shit.
Yeah, he was like a guardian gnome or whatever. You know what I mean?
He
You don't
just
say.
sat
Well,
there like
I
nothing.
think we've come to the conclusion before that
They're not therapists.
they're not therapists. We're being very generous with those words.
Well, you know what? Now that you said that's funny. Somebody hit me up and said that one of the therapists, I don't know which one of the two female therapists it is, does Viagra commercials.
Mm.
And I've been looking all over the internet for this fucking Viagra commercial
Well,
to see which one of them two it is.
mhm.
So they're actors.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think there was a Dr. Tara. She like has like a book. She's trying to peddle like a book, a new book or some bullshit.
And that
Yeah.
other one with that with the last name that ends in porn. I don't think
No,
she's
I think that's what I'm talking about. Isn't that Dr. Tara
the
Porn?
the brunette.
The Asian looking chick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The brunette. They said
Yeah.
that one of those two does Viagra commercials.
Mm-hmm.
So,
True. All right. Well, those are all my topics, and it's like 1 a.m. pretty much. So
all right, I got an early date tomorrow. So
yeah.
Me too. But this was fun, guys.
it was a pleasure hearing from George again.
We should do this
I know.
next week, right?
I thought he had.
We
dynasty.
do it. You just take off.
I thought
You
he
just
was.
don't give a fuck.
I thought he
Well,
was avoiding me. I thought there
I'm
was some kind of
saying-
unspoken beef between us.
No, no beef whatsoever. That's
Because I would be on and he would be off. He would be on and I would be off. So I was like, all right, there's some kind of beef going on that I don't know about.
George is an enigma, basically.
Yeah, he pops up whenever he can. But it was great to have the gang back together.
Yeah. It's like riding a bicycle, right? Like
You just pick up right where you left off.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good thing. It was fun. It was a great night.
True. Yeah. I can't wait to listen to playback. I'm sure it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So should I end it?
Yeah, let's call it up.
Okay. Let me give a shout out to our live listeners, which is Angelica, Colleen, Heather, Pineapple Girl, Sherry, Sophia, Ty. Eric was here earlier and then he left, I guess. And then I don't know what's up with Lana. We'll have to check in on Lana, make sure she's okay. I don't know where she's at, but that's about it. So, all right.
For listening, y'all.
Thank you all for listening.
Thank you for
Thanks,
listening,
guys.
Thank you for listening to 90 Fiancé Fridays on a
Friday.
Friday.
Peace
Now,
out.
enjoy your
Good
weekend, everybody.
night.
Night.
Bye.